I think probably the best piece of advice I was given about kind of going to Solar Bear and working with the artists there was actually from Kieran and EJ, the apprentices, who just said, don't be afraid to kind of talk to people, and don't be too shy away from talking to people. As a designer, you're kind of behind the camera and like backstage, and sometimes it's really difficult to kind of break out of that bubble and like maybe a bit shy or whatever, but actually having the confidence and having somebody just say, we don't bite, come and speak to us, speak to everyone you can, was really important, and I think was really good sound advice. Keeping focused on the end product and the creativity of it, every so often just coming back to remind yourself about thinking about the creativity kind of takes away from all the little problems that get in the way of the day, so things that don't turn up on time, or like if a person doesn't show up for a rehearsal, or you're down a communication support worker or something, having it in the back of your mind to just keep focused on the end product and keep focused on the art was kind of probably the mantra that got me through any tough things that happened. Kind of like coming back to the apprentices who have been keeping blogs about their practice and the kind of work that they do, and reading those blogs was really kind of important and something that I definitely did in advance, because it gave you a look into the company, a look into the work that they like to produce, and also let you see some of the personalities of people who maybe you might have issues communicating with, and getting that head start is really important. And the other thing that I did was I read a blog by Rachel Missingham, who was a circus performer who came over and also did a placement kind of with Solar Bear and some work experience working within that company. And her blog was interesting because it was partly about her practice, but also it was about some of her feelings about issues within the deaf community. And it was really interesting to read her blog because it was quite an insight into that community and the different points of view that there are. And at that point it kind of becomes more than just about the art. It's about a kind of a community and learning about that community as well. I would definitely have done a deaf awareness course, or started working towards my level 1 sign language before I went. Even though communication is not a problem at all, and you have communication support workers and sign language interpreters, just for myself and for my own confidence, I really think it would have benefited me to have done the deaf awareness course. And the Conservatoire now runs the deaf awareness course for the first year actors because of the deaf acting course that's starting. And having a place on that now and learning as I do every week when I go along now has made such a difference to be able to just kind of communicate with people, and it just helps you get even further past that kind of barrier, and you just learn more ways to communicate with people. It's really good. I would definitely advise anybody to take their deaf awareness course if you could. I'm definitely less shy than I thought I was. This placement's led me to teaching workshops, so to Deaf Youth Theatre, which is Solar Bear's kind of youth theatre group, which I never thought that I would have the confidence to kind of teach that class, but also to teach that class that the students or the young people who are there are in kind of 2 languages as well, British Sign Language and some English. So it's definitely shown me that I'm less shy than I thought I was. And I also think that working with Solar Bear has changed my practice, because a lot of their work is improvised or developed together collaboratively over a period of time. It's really made my work a lot more kind of responsive to that. My work's a lot more collaborative now than it used to be, and I've definitely seen a change in kind of more energised, visceral design work than I used to produce. So yeah, it's been a very, very kind of productive placement and really good for myself to work there as well.
If you find a work placement where you're really interested in working with, look at the associates artists, because you're more likely to enjoy working with them. For lip reading, talk normally, don't cover your lips, find a well-lit space so that we can see your lips, and also don't look away when you're speaking, because we won't be able to hear you that way. When you're in rehearsals, make sure that you bring in props, costumes, and set the set, because they can help to spark ideas and also solve problems. When you're blocking, make sure that when you're signing, that you face the audience, or make sure that the audience can see you're signing, and actors as well. It's the same with workshops, work placements that are in conservatoire or outside conservatoire, you know, we can adapt to make it accessible for deaf people and make sure it's, you know, equal for everyone. But most of all, you will learn a lot from working with a deaf person. You know, when you work with a deaf person, the only thing you need to make sure is available is communication. Once the communication part is there, then you will learn a lot from working with a deaf person. And it's the same if you're working with a hearing person, you know, doesn't matter who you work with, you learn a lot from that person. Deputy theatre, rapid theatre, and also Soul Bear works with a whole variety of types of performances. So like they have visual language, they have improvisation, they've got puppetry, they've got spoken word, text, they work with text, so it's a lot in that kind of play.